There comes a time in every woman's life when she realizes that her strength isn't just in what she says, but in what she chooses not to say. Because power isn't about control. It's about knowing what to protect, what to keep sacred, and what to never hand over. You don't owe anyone full access to you. Just because a man asks doesn't mean he deserves to know. Some things should stay with you, not because you're hiding them, but because they are yours. There is a difference between openness and overexposure, between trust and handing over the blueprint to your soul. Your deepest insecurities, guard them. They are not flaws, they are battles you are still winning. And not every man you meet is strong enough to handle that knowledge with care. Some will use it, twist it, and throw it back at you when you least expect it. A woman who knows her worth never gives someone the power to make her doubt it. Your past, it made you, but it does not define you. You are not obligated to explain every heartbreak, every mistake, every moment of struggle to anyone. If someone can't love you for the woman you are now, they don't deserve a seat at your table. Your money, that is your power, your independence, your security. Never let anyone dictate your financial choices, control your assets, or make you feel like you need permission to own your success. A woman in control of her finances is a woman in control of her life. Your fears, be careful with how much you reveal. It's okay to be vulnerable, but don't let your worries about love, commitment, or trust become a weakness. People respect those who stand strong, even when they have doubts. Speak with confidence, act with purpose, and never let anyone think you are unsure of what you deserve. Your plans, keep them sacred. You don't need approval, validation, or permission to chase your dreams. Move in silence, let your success speak for itself. Some things are better shown, not told. Because when you are building something great, not everyone needs to know the blueprint. A strong woman knows that her power isn't in how much she shares, it's in how much she chooses to keep for herself. Because a woman who masters discretion, who protects her peace, who values herself enough to be selective with her words, that woman is unstoppable. A strong woman understands that her insecurities are part of her journey, but she never allows them to be turned into weapons against her. She knows that everyone has doubts, fears, and flaws, but not everyone should have access to them. There is a difference between being vulnerable and handing someone the ability to break you. When you reveal your deepest insecurities to the wrong person, you are giving them a map to your weak spots. You are showing them exactly where to strike if things go wrong. Some people will handle that information with care, but others will store it away, waiting for a moment to use it against you. They might not do it intentionally at first, but in anger, in frustration, or in moments of control, they may bring up those very things you confided in them. That is why a woman must be selective with what she shares and with whom. Owning your insecurities doesn't mean putting them on display. It means working on them privately, strengthening yourself from within, and never allowing someone else to define your worth based on them. Confidence isn't about having no insecurities. It's about refusing to let them control you. A powerful woman walks into any room knowing exactly who she is, flaws and all, without needing validation or sympathy. She doesn't seek reassurance from others. She builds herself up from the inside. A woman who keeps her insecurities in check doesn't become cold or distant. She becomes unshakable. She knows that strength isn't about being perfect. It's about being untouchable in the ways that matter most. She faces her fears. She fights her battles and she grows, but she does it on her own terms without handing over her power to anyone else. Your past is a story that shaped you, but it does not define you. Every woman has a history. Experiences that built her, moments that tested her, and lessons that transformed her. But not every part of that journey needs to be shared with a man. Some chapters are meant to stay closed, not because they are shameful, but because they belong to you alone. The past is a complicated thing. When you tell someone every detail, you open yourself up to judgment, assumptions, and some men will claim they can handle it, that they won't think differently of you, but words and reality are two different things. The wrong man will hold on to certain details, bringing them up in moments of weakness or conflict. He may use them against you, even unintentionally, shifting the way he sees you based on things that no longer define who you are. Growth means understanding that you are not the same woman you used to be. You have evolved, learned, and risen beyond past mistakes, heartbreaks, and struggles. Not everyone needs to know what you've overcome, because your value isn't in where you've been, it's in who you are now. The right people will respect you without needing to dissect every decision you've ever made. A powerful woman protects her history, sharing only what aligns with her present and future. She knows that the past is a personal journey, not a script that needs to be rewritten for someone else's understanding. Some things are better left unsaid, not because they are secrets, but because they belong to the version of you that no longer exists. Money is more than numbers in a bank account. It is power, independence, and security. A woman who controls her finances controls her future. No matter how much you trust someone, no matter how deep the relationship feels, your financial situation is something that should always remain in your hands. When you share too much about your money, how much you earn, how much you save, how you invest, you open yourself up to influence. Some men may start making suggestions, offering opinions, or even trying to take control of decisions that should be yours alone. In the wrong hands, this information can be used to manipulate, pressure, or create an imbalance in the relationship. A strong woman never allows her financial freedom to be compromised. Independence is built on financial awareness. When you keep control of your resources, you are never forced to stay in a situation out of necessity. You are never trapped by someone else's choices. You are never left powerless when things change. Money should never be a tool used to gain approval or prove loyalty in a relationship. A confident woman does not need to explain why she saves, why she invests, or why she spends her money the way she does. She makes decisions based on her goals, not someone else's expectations. A woman who is financially aware is a woman who can walk away when she needs to. She never allows her financial security to depend on another person's choices. She builds. She protects, and she ensures that no matter what happens, she will always have control over her own future. Fear is natural, but when you share your relationship fears too openly, you risk giving someone the power to use them against you. Every woman has concerns about trust, commitment, the future, but not every thought needs to be spoken aloud. When you constantly voice your fears to a man, you are revealing the exact areas where you feel uncertain, and in the wrong hands, that information can become a tool of control. Some men will reassure you, offering comfort and support, but others may slowly start to test those very fears. If you're afraid of abandonment, they might pull away just to see how you react. If you fear being unworthy of love, they might make you prove yourself over and over. Even good men unintentionally can start seeing you as unsure, as someone who doubts herself and the relationship. And the moment a man senses weakness, the dynamic shifts. A strong woman acknowledges her fears but does not hand them over as weapons. She works through them privately, journaling, reflecting, or confiding in trusted friends or mentors. She does not let fear shape her interactions, nor does she allow it to define her self-worth. Confidence is not about having no fears, it's about mastering them. About knowing they exist, but refusing to let them dictate how you move. When you carry yourself with assurance, when you trust in your own worth, you set the tone for how others treat you. A woman who is secure in herself does not need constant reassurance because she knows that no matter what happens, she will be just fine. Your dreams and future plans are yours to protect because not everyone deserves to know your next move. A woman with vision understands that success isn't built on announcing every step. It's built on quiet action, on disciplined execution, on letting results speak for themselves. When you share too much about your goals, you invite opinions, doubts, and even quiet opposition. Some people, even those who claim to support you, may subtly discourage you, planting seeds of hesitation. A man who is insecure about his own path might downplay your ambitions, making you question if you're aiming too high. Others may not intentionally try to hold you back, but their words, "Are you sure that's realistic?" Or "Maybe you should wait," can create hesitation where there should be none. Some dreams need time to grow before they are exposed to the world. Moving in silence allows you to stay focused, free from the weight of expectations and outside influence. When you share everything, you give people a front row seat to a journey they have no right to control. And if things don't go as planned, those same people might be the first to remind you of it. A powerful woman understands that her future is her own. She does not seek approval or validation before taking action. She makes moves, builds, and grows without explaining every detail. Because the strongest statement a woman can make isn't in what she tells people. It's in what she accomplishes without them ever seeing it coming. Family issues and personal drama should be handled with care, not handed over as conversation topics. A strong woman understands that some things are meant to stay within the walls of her own home, protected from outside judgment and interference. Not every argument, struggle, or challenge needs to be shared, because once it leaves your lips, it enters a space where it can be misunderstood, misused, or thrown back at you later. Some men will listen with genuine concern, but others will start forming silent opinions, seeing your family is broken, your past is messy, or your emotions is too much to handle. Even those who care might eventually get tired of hearing about problems they have no power to fix. And in heated moments, some will take what you've told them and use it against you, saying things like, "You're just like your mother," or "No wonder you have trust issues with a background like that." Not everything needs to be explained. A woman who protects her personal life understands that peace comes from discretion. She confides in those who have earned her trust, family members, close friends, or mentors, but she does not lay every detail of her private struggles at the feet of a man who may not always be standing beside her. Strength isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about knowing what to share, when to share it, and who truly deserves to hear it. Some battles are meant to be fought behind closed doors, because the moment you open them too wide, man only serves to frame you in a way that may not work in your favor. A woman's standards should speak louder than her history, instead of it be the only introduction anyone needs. Emotions are powerful, but a woman who masters control over them holds the ultimate power. While it's natural to feel deeply, not every emotion needs to be shared in the moment, especially with a man. When you reveal every frustration, every insecurity, every doubt, as soon as you feel it, you risk being seen as unstable, overly emotional, or unable to manage your own state of mind. There's a difference between being emotionally open and being emotionally vulnerable. A woman who spills every feeling without filtering it first hands over control of her energy. The wrong man may start using your emotions against you, dismissing them as too much, or manipulating situations by making you question your own reactions. Even the right man can become overwhelmed, unsure of how to respond when emotions run too high too often. Emotional intelligence is about knowing when to speak and when to pause. It's about processing feelings before presenting them, ensuring that you communicate in a way that demands respect rather than just sympathy. A strong woman doesn't ignore her emotions. She acknowledges them, understands them, and expresses them with confidence and clarity. Power isn't in suppressing what you feel, but in controlling how and when you express it. A woman who masters her emotions is a woman no one can shake. She walks into every situation with a clear mind, a steady heart, and the ability to stand firm no matter what she faces. A woman's power isn't just in what she shares, it's in what she chooses to keep for herself. Not everything needs to be spoken, not every thought needs to be voiced, and not every man deserves access to the most sacred parts of who you are. Strength is found in discretion, in knowing that mystery is not secrecy. It's self-respect. The most powerful women in the world don't explain their worth, they embody it. They don't seek validation through oversharing, they command respect through presence, confidence, and quiet wisdom. Because a woman who guards her insecurities, her past, her finances, her fears, her dreams, her family struggles, her past tolerances, and her emotions, she is unshakable. When you protect these things, you don't just protect yourself, you elevate yourself. You become a woman who moves with intention, who sets standards without explanation, and who allows only the right people into her world. Because the right man won't need to know everything to respect you. He will see your strength, feel your presence, and know that a woman like you is not to be played with. She is to be cherished.